Friends, hearty welcome to the second video of today. The first video, you might have already listened about the uses of the indefinite articles. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss about two things. First one is the uses of the definite article the. Then the second one is where not to use the article. So let us start. Now, what is the use of the? First, there are 10 uses. First one is to refer to a person or thing when it is particular or specific. As we have seen in the very beginning of the chapter, I have told you that the definite article that is being used to mention something about in a particular thing. I have given the example of here is the child, or the same thing it is given. I have lost the hat that you gave me. The particular that hat that you have given me is lost. So I am telling I have lost the hat. Now the second usage is to refer to a person or thing that is well known to us. Suppose you know about a park. So we say let us go to the park, or we can say let us go to a park. Now, since you are familiar and you often go there, we use let us go to the park. Or the doctor will come soon. Since you know a doctor, you are going to a hospital and you know the doctor, so you are telling the doctor will come soon. Or a doctor will come soon. There, the particular doctor is not mentioned. Now, third one is suppose there are two or three sentences, and in the first sentence we have told about a singular countable noun, but in the second sentence or third sentence we are using that same singular countable noun again. Then for the second time we need to use the definite article the. For example, a thief entered to our house. Obviously a thief um, because of the singular countable noun. But look at the next sentence. The thief was caught. Since the thief is being mentioned again, we have used the definite article. Now, what is the fourth usage? When a singular noun represents the whole class. We have told that for a singular countable noun, we need to use the indefinite article. But here, if it is representing to a whole class, for example, the lion is the king of the jungle. There, all the lions have been referred. So we use the lion. Or the cow is a beautiful animal. There, all the cows are, even though we tell about a cow, all the cows of that class have been included. So we use the cows. Now, however, when we refer to a mankind as a class, we do not apply this rule. No need of putting any article there. Only for the animals we use whenever a singular countable noun represents the whole class. For the human being, we never use. For example, today women work both at home and outside in many countries of the world. There, before the women, we have not used any of the articles. Now, with a few names, we need to use the definite article. First one is seas, oceans, gulfs, and rivers. About the four things: seas, oceans, gulfs, and rivers. But not with the lakes to use the definite article. For example, the Indian Ocean, the Persian Gulf, but Lake Michigan. We never use any article with the lake. Now, with the names of the group of islands, you may be knowing the islands like the Maldives or the Andaman Nicobar Islands. So, there you need to use the article. Then the mountain ranges, but not the mountain peaks. You might have studied in the social science what is the difference between mountain ranges and mountain peaks. So with the mountain ranges, you need to use the definite article the, but not with the mountain peaks. For example, the Himalayas, Mount Everest. Now, before the names of sacred books or newspapers or well-known buildings, you need to use the definite article. The Gita, the Times of India, the Taj. Because the sacred book, the Gita is sacred book, the Times of India is a newspaper, well-known building is the Taj. Now, before the names of some unique objects like the sun, the moon, or the sky. The next usage is before ordinal numbers and expressions like middle, top, only, some, whole, etc. will be. So there you need to use the article the. For example, the second girl in the class in the first row is my sister. Keep your things in the top shelf. Oh, this is the same pen as the one I used. The whole class was talking. Now, in order to give an emphasis, you can use the definite article. Look at the example. Globalization is the order of the day. Now, whenever you speak, whenever you deliver a speech, in order to give the emphasis, you can use the article the. Now we the last usage before the nationalities and communities, but not before the names of languages. Now in the next part we will be seeing where not to use the language, where not to use the articles. So for example, the Chinese are hardworking people, or the Indians are hardworking people, or the Spanish is a beautiful language. The Spanish we cannot say because we that Spanish is a language. So before the language we never use the article. Now we are going to see in the next part when not to use the article. First one is a or an, where not to use a or an. First one is before uncountable nouns. We have told that a or an will be used before singular countable nouns. So before the uncountable nouns, never use any article, especially a or an, never to be used. For example, a handful of rice. We can never tell that it is a rice. A piece of news for some news or some news. We never, you should never use any of uh, any of the indefinite articles before news. We can say, we cannot say a news. I have received a news, we cannot say, but I have received the news, you can say. Or I have received some news, or I have received a piece of news. But you should never tell I have received a news. Now before the names of meals, you should not use any of the articles a or an. Lunch starts at 1 p.m. or I am having my breakfast. We never say a lunch or a breakfast. But if you are holding some specific meals, you can use a or an. For example, a dinner in his honor, or a breakfast um, for the sake of someone. So you can use a or an there. Now, before the names of season, you should never use the articles a or an. For example, we never say a winter or we never say a summer. Then parts of the body, you should not use any of the articles a or an. We cannot say I have a heart, or we cannot say I have a stomach. So that are the those are the three things where we should not use the articles a or an. Now in the next part also let us see where not to use the article. No article is used. First one is, as you know, before the proper nouns. If a proper noun comes, you should not use any of the articles. Second one is before the names of languages. Any of the articles you should not use. For example, English, French. I would like to learn French. We cannot say I would like to learn the French. But for giving emphasis, obviously, you can, friends, use the article the. Now, before the names of any sports, we never say the cricket or we never say the tennis. Now, before the names of the cities or countries also, Lucknow, London, Maua, Bhavanagar, India, we never use the articles. Now, with some certain idiomatic expressions or with some phrases, you should not use any of the articles. So, with this, friends, I am finishing today's class. And before I finish, I have only one thing to remind you. As you know, the corona or the COVID 19 is spreading fast and fast every day. Not only in our country, not only in our state, but also in our locality also it is being spreaded. So as children, what you need to do is stay at home, stay safe, and stay positive. Three things: stay at home, and stay safe, and stay positive. So, I hope you are all doing well and you all are obeying your parents. Thank you.